Link engaged.
Baz must win this one to stay alive. Chill. Can it happen? Well, his Protoss opponent, Hasu, is going to make it very hard for him. He could clinch the series in a 3-0. That would have given him a 2-0 in the semifinal, a possible 3-0 in the grand finals. But Baz knows that TSL qualification is in his sights, and I have a feeling that he'll do whatever it takes to win this one.
Yeah, I mean, back up against the wall, though. He's down 0-2, and he's up against all the HasuObs fans. He's also up against all the Straylock and Select fans, so not an easy task. Yeah. But he has spawned good positions here on his map choice, Metalopolis. Of course, we've seen he likes to favor those quick 2-base aggressive plays, and also we've seen him play a 1-base style where you can really just get the quick rush distance, abuse it, use Marauder, Marine, and sometimes sprinkle in some tanks. So here on Metalopolis, that could be the strategy we're going to see, and my Miss Cleo powers are telling me yet again that is what we're going to see.
All right, well, as the game unfolds, remember, if HasuObs happens to win this one, he will open up an opportunity for a playoff chance for his teammate. And so there's a lot on the line here. There's money on the line for winning the actual tournament. There's the qualification implications for the TSL number 3, which is coming up very soon. And if you don't know about it, I do not want to meet the rock that you have been under. So I'm very excited to see what could come back. Baz even commenting on how many close position games he has played, and there is some truth to that. We've seen him do a lot. So I don't know. You see a player throw that out, and you're like, I wonder if he's panicking. I wonder if he's happy. But you know what? If he's happy, he's probably not saying anything to me. You can really break it down. A lot of mental thoughts going through there right now.
Probe,
I don't like it.
Probe gonna see the flashing barracks lights and get the hell out of there. Probes don't really like Marines too much. Meanwhile, SCV going to see Cybernetic score nothing coming out of the gateway yet for the Protoss player. We've got second barracks reactor on the first one. Gonna wait to see if he indeed gets a third barracks. This could be kind of what we saw back in the first game on Zelnega Caverns, or if he's going to play kind of a more standard 2 racks opening. Really quick second racks here, actually, before his second depot. Very, very quick.
Yeah, you're right. And he's also going to throw down a reactor on racks number 1. Just finish up just a perfect time with racks number 2. Got SCV still checking things out, and we will have a stalker coming out first for Hasu. We've got Warp Gate Tech currently being researched, and I would guess we're going to see a sentry coming out immediately following that stalker. He was chrono boosting out the stalker. No, it looks like a zealot's going to come out, so he's going to start that way and go from there. Meanwhile, it looks like a tech lab going to go on racks number 2, and a lot of Marines coming out right now.
Yeah, waiting to see the robotics out of HasuObs. There it is. The man who never deviates from the path. HasuObs probably going to see gateway number 2 and 3 in a little bit after this pylon goes down, and sentry afterwards, yes. So he's got his standard composition of stalker and zealot. We've seen the order kind of switch a little bit, but they always come out 1-2, followed by the sentry, and then the robotics, followed by gateway number 2 and 3. Gateway number 2 in that smoky area. No smoking zone does not apply to that gateway. Meanwhile, back in the Terran main base, we've got McLeod going for concussive shells, and Marauders out of the Tech Lab barracks, and Marines coming out of the other one. Production tab. I wonder if he's going to follow up with Stim, or he's going to hit before Stim. Concussive shells now complete, and Stim has begun.
Yep, and the Terran Army Baz is going to move out, move forward. What does the Protoss have? A Stalker and a Zealot and a Sentry going to try to thwart this, and with the help of the Sentry, there's a good chance he might be able to. You see he's moved his Sentry back a little bit, so if this SCV pokes up the ramp, he may not see it. But there, the force field will go down. A few hits there on the Stalker, but the Terran Army can't do much about this. However, now he's stuck inside his base. We do have one Immortal coming out, and he's actually, look at where he's rallied to. Hopefully he'll catch that before it actually happens. But Warp Gate's coming out here, so Protoss will be able to reinforce. The question is Baz actually going to attempt an attack?
I'm really surprised that McLeod Baz did not attack before this second sentry came up. I felt like it was a perfect timing, but now if he runs up, he's going to get completely isolated by that force field. He's waited until the Immortal is up. Clearly he's waiting for Stim, but I think he's just waited a little too long. That's not to say he's out of the game, making the command center actually, so he's going to transition into mid-game, and actually runs up a little bit, gets a bit of damage there before the first Marine gets sniped, taking out a Stalker there. More Stalkers being warped in, and second Immortal chrono boosting out of the robotics facility. So, you know, Terran's got to like his position here. He's got a second command center on the way. He's got a fairly nice position isolating the ramp, and decent army composition with Stim just about to finish.
Yeah, we also have that observer inside the base of Baz McLeod, and he is going to get a good idea on everything that's going on in there. Baz spread out just a little bit here, and he is going to have a third Immortal coming out of there. He's got just a little bit of chrono boost. Actually, he's waiting for one energy. He's going to keep getting those Immortals out. So, wow, interestingly enough, you notice these two Zealots on the low ground, too.
Sneakiest Zealots.
Yeah,
you just know
totally
they're going to flank
sneaky
in there.
And he's going to go ahead and move out. Interesting. Oh my god.
This is a little bit scary because the command center is floating over. The three Immortals are going to be able to chomp down that barracks so easily. Stim is finished, but Combat Shields is not finished. And what are these Marines doing? They're trying to pick a fight, actually. Ooh. Just getting past the force field. And here we go. Protoss moving in. This is basically do or die for him. Or not, or he'll make you look foolish and pull out.
No, I think he wants to push in. I think with that investment in the Immortals, he thinks he might be able to push forward. We have a fourth Immortal coming up, and he's going to reinforce with double pylons. So he's so confident that he's going to move forward and win this one that he's just putting down that second pylon just to make sure that his reinforcements don't get thwarted here. He's got to take out two pylons to make it happen. And look at this. We've got the Immortals just being spread out from the main army a little bit. I think the amount of Zealots that he has in combination with those Immortals is going to mean bad news for this Terran. But it's going to come down to how he decides to play it out.
Yeah, the army tab showing that Protoss has a lot of more minerals invested in his army. And here goes the Guardian Shield going up, moving right up. Immortals immediately taking out the first barracks. Bunker. Terran trying to stim and dance around as the SCVs comes in. Force field just isolating him. All the Marauders have lost their hardened, all the Immortals have lost their hardened shields, but it doesn't even matter. Their guns are still ablazing as they take down even more bunkers, and that looks like that's going to be it. A sick timing attack here, just completely crushing through. Force field now sealing the deal if it wasn't already known. Orbital command forced to float and run away from the Immortals, whose T-Rex arm-like guns just can't point up, but it doesn't even matter because they can walk up the ramp, and that is going to be it. A solid 3-0 for HasuObs, and that means the drama begins for the final qualification spot for TSL number 3. And Baz realizing it, calling good luck in TSL 3 to the superior opponent today, HasuObs.
So Mouz coming in big today, not only securing a team spot in TSL 3 with HasuObs moving forward, but also setting up a potential playoff game, which is like an extra treat. It's like a mini episode in between the TL Opens and the TSL 3. Baz played really, really well in all his games, but certainly the MVP of this TL Open, and the type of play we saw today that will be mimicked tomorrow on the ladder. That's awesome. That is always awesome. So congrats to him.
You know what's heartbreaking for him is if you look at him, if you go ahead and open the TSL 3 qualifiers and point rankings thread, scroll down to current point leaders, you can see that the tie between Strelok and Select is at 103 points. And with his second place placement today, McLeod is going to be at just 100 points. So had he come in 16th in any other tournament, he would have qualified. Just heartbreaking.
That's absolutely crazy. So yeah, as you might, if you check out that page, you're going to see that Strelok and Select are under the cutoff, but because HasuObs is out, his points basically, they don't need him anymore. So everything moves up one. And there you go. And I'm being told that I just need to refresh it. And there it is. Officially out. Everything is up to date. Booyah. Coming up.
So that
next,
means
TSL.
we can, I guess we can take a look at who's actually qualified for this whole thing. If you scroll up to qualified, we can take a look at the foreigners. Of course, if you don't know, foreigners in StarCraft means non-Koreans. Coming out of the TSL2, we have Liquid Tyler, MYM Mondragon, and Fnatic MSI Sen. And then we have our 8 winners from TL Opens. We have Kaz, Naniwa, Cruncher, White Raw, Thorzane, QXC, Night End, and now HasuObs. And then our qualifiers on points are going to be TLO, Sierra, Moro, Goody, Adelscott, Phoenix, Zrax, and then we have to have that big, I guess 800-pound gorilla that's looming ahead.
Yeah.
The TBD is Strelok versus Select, and I mean, there's a lot of Strelok fans, there's a lot of Select fans, and there's going to be a lot of disappointed fans when one of those guys cannot make it.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. And then not only that, but you've got the 13 Korea Asian invites just underneath it. And don't forget, next week at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be the bracket show with myself and Chill. So if you didn't get sick of us over several weeks of the TL Open, we got some more coming at you. And because there will be the playoff between Strelok and Select, guess what? You'll be tuning into the bracket show, but you're also going to be getting the playoff match as well. So we'll walk away from that broadcast, and we will have this beautiful landscape of all sorts of games that are going to cause chaos on the battlefield of TSL3. Chill, I cannot wait.
There's so many potential incredible matchups that I'm just, who's going to play Idra? Who's going to play Slayer's Boxer? Who's Jinro going to play? Which Koreans are going to match up against foreigners? Which foreigners are going to match up against other foreigners? Just an endless amount of possibilities that I'm going to try to turn my brain off. It's like Christmas. I don't want to worry about it, or it'll take too long to come here. Just hopefully I'll close my eyes and it'll be next week and we can see the results at that point.
Yep, I'm excited. So make sure that you're keeping your eyes locked on teamliquid.net. And I think we took care of all the business today. Chill.
Business.
As always, it's been great. I really enjoyed today's games.
Yeah, me too.
Word. Well,
can you sense the enthusiasm?
Oh, they were awesome. Yes, I know. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to check out teamliquid.net, and thanks for trucking along with us the whole time during the TeamSpeak teamliquid.net opens. It's been a fun ride, and you know what? It's not ending at all. Next week, the bracket show, the playoffs, and then in the very very near future, we've got TSL 3 beginning, and it is going to be oh so sweet. I'm djWHEAT. Joining me as always is Chill, and we'll see you next week for the bracket show for TSL 3 and the playoff match between Strelok and Select. Peace.